All right, everyone. Third strike and you're out. Ron DeSantis has lost any possibility that I'm going to be supporting him from here on out. Again, while he's got some good views and he's doing a tolerable job as governor, I stated some time ago when I first heard of this particular House bill, HB269 in Florida. We'll cover what that is. When I first heard about it, I said, overall, much of this is suggestive and basically in line with existing law, etc. It doesn't matter too much. There was one provision, though, in it, and I warned then, and people may recall this, that if DeSantis signed this bill, if it was made law, and that was done without parsing out this one particular onerous segment, that I could not support him. It would be a bridge too far for me. It's a no-go zone. So it's now a no for me, dog, on Ron DeSantis. That may even be in 2028, actually, because this is dire. This is an unfettered assault, or an unfetterment assault, on the First Amendment. And that has to do with a section of the bill, link in the description, archived, of course. By the way, he signed this in Jerusalem. Just for context out there to people who still back DeSantis, he goes to Jerusalem and he signs this and bills it as an anti-Semitism bill. One of the provisions in the bill would provide for extensive jail periods, imprisonment, for people for billeting, for leafleting. Now, the context is this. This is private property or public property. I see people claiming, no, this is just like you went to private property, so you posted up a poster on someone's house to intimidate them. So you put the swastika up on the Jewish person's home. You put, I guess, the BLM Black Power fist up on the white person's home. I don't think that would qualify, by the way, under this law. And that's the other problem is prosecutorial discretion will be used with regards to this bill. It's clear that there are people in society that are protected more than others. All animals are created equal, but some are more equal than others, has really become not fiction, but reality for the purposes of the prosecutorial system in parts of the Western world. It's a step back from the enlightened liberal wisdom of justice in which there was supposed to be equal application. We've deviated from that for a number of years now. Well, technically we never had it to begin with, but we at least paid lip service to the concept and didn't do shit like this. Ron DeSantis has just gone full Dan Crenshaw. So I have a feeling some of his more hardcore fans, there is a little bit of an overlap with the, hey, the Jews sort of thing. I'm wondering, do you still support Ron DeSantis when he signs the anti-Semitism bill in Jerusalem with the beanie cap on, and that bill will prosecute you if you offend anybody in any way with posted literature? Again, read the fucking bill. I'm getting people gaslighting me trying to cope for Ron DeSantis by saying this is only about trying to intimidate somebody by posting a bill like on their house or something or on their business. That's not what it says. If you in public, so you're on the street, you're in a public place, you are not on private property, and you post a billet onto a telephone pole, insofar as those exist anymore, or, the bottom of a street sign or a trash can or whatever, and anyone in proximity to that sees it and gets offended. And basically like, it's okay to be white. So you're posting up literally just the sentence, it's okay to be white. But the ADL has declared that to be a Nazi slogan, which is weird and some politicians believe it. If a prosecutor in the state of Florida at this time decides to, they can now charge you and attempt to get you in jail for up to 5 years as the result of that behavior. Simply because somebody on that street saw the sign, felt offended, and complained and bitched about it. That's it. That is a full frontal assault on the First Amendment. This should not have been passed. I don't care about it being dovetailed with other content that must pass. No. DeSantis should have parsed that out and said, I'm not going to pass this unless this one provision is gone because it violates the First Amendment rights of the people of Florida. So I'm sorry, everyone who supports Ron DeSantis. I will not be joining your gravy train of MAGA light because this is a bridge too far. I can forgive him for red flag, as I had to forgive Trump for the bump stock ban, so in full admission, even Stevens basically on the gun rights issue, I wish they were more puristic. It would be nice. I like what he did with regards to the honkening in the state of Florida, even coming up against the ire of Trump again. Trump's not always right either, etc., etc. DeSantis has done some good things in Florida. There's a fucking reason he was reelected by 20 points. But this is so far beyond what I would tolerate as far as an assault on free speech. I'm sorry, but I can't accept this at all. Again, to be clear, this does not... When somebody who supports DeSantis, who hasn't read the bill, tries to claim, because they've been gaslit by a propagandist usually... I'll get into community notes in a second. That's a real fun one. When somebody is trying to gaslight you or has been gaslit and they're trying to transfer their gaslighting infection to you by saying that this is only about spray painting swastikas on synagogues or something, no, it's not. Read the fucking bill. It's not that difficult. You can go through it yourself. You actually can find legal literature posted verbatim in PDF format on government websites. It's amazing the difference between what you will read there and what you will read in the legacy media oftentimes in coverage. This goes for both Republicans and Democrats and all variants of legacy media left, right, and center, by the way, including foreign blocks, fucking commie media, Nazi media and stuff. So much misinterpretation of material. I bothered to actually go through it. You will be jailed if a prosecutor doesn't like you, or if somebody doesn't like you on your street and bitches and complains, if you post anything that could be construed even loosely as offensive. What constitutes that? What constitutes offensive or hateful imagery, hate speech? There's no central definition, so it's going to be entirely up to prosecutorial discretion in the whole state of Florida whether to go after people for these charges. Now, right-wingers may say, yeah, but DeSantis he's a Republican and Florida's majority Republican. We're going to go after that BLM literature. No, you're not. Don't fucking kid yourself. Do you really think that the prosecutorial system, being a top-down government system in the first place, is ever going to do anything other than lean left? They're not going to go after Antifa for posting offensive imagery. Hey, they posted all cops are bastards on this street, and there's a cop that lives on this street, so we're going to prosecute him. You'll see a few cases of that, I'm sure, and they will be played up big in the Florida media, much to Ron DeSantis' delight. Meanwhile, 9 out of 10 of the people that end up getting arrested under this bill will be people that posted slightly edgy or politically incorrect political messages. That's what will happen. It will be differential enforcement. Hell, DeSantis may not have even considered that fact. He's just like, well, we're going to stop attacks on Jewish people. That's literally how it's billed. It's as the Stop Anti-Semitism Act. That's how he's describing it himself. Well, then he's certainly tipping his cards. He's showing his hand now, isn't he, on the one group of people he actually intends to prosecute in the name of. Not MAGA, not people with populistic views, not people who are protesting against communism. No, Jews. Okay, that's great. I don't think that Jewish people should be abused, and there shouldn't be people spray painting the synagogue. But it is kind of telling that you decided to sign this bill in a foreign country when you're a governor. It's okay if you travel and do political stuff elsewhere. This is normal for governors, and that's one criticism of DeSantis that doesn't hold up. He's allowed to go to Japan or Israel or wherever the hell else he wants to go. Governors do represent their states, and some of these states have huge economies. Florida's economy, I think, is about the size of that of fucking Poland, so it's pretty hefty. So it's normal. But it is rather showing that your violation of the First Amendment, you didn't decide to do it in a state where you'd be protested for it. Because I'm sure that some people would have opposed this. So yeah, it's a bridge too far. By the way, DeSantis does have a clever operation on Twitter with regards to Twitter notes. I've never had a note put on anything that I've ever done before, but I had 2 notes that were put up on my tweet with regards to this in less than the first hour after I posted it. And I have seen, because I'm on community notes on Twitter, a significantly disproportionate amount of clout being used to try to defend DeSantis there against criticism. A significant number of people. I'm having a feeling Twitter has become a pro-DeSantis platform more than anything else. I wonder how many of them even know that this bill was passed and what's in it. Sort of like Nancy Pelosi, well, you gotta pass it to see what's in it. Well, I've seen what's in it, and I don't like it. So, Dan Crenshaw moment from Ron DeSantis again. Another strategic blunder. I would ask anyone to defend this bill being passed. Please, DeSantis fans, find me someone who's noteworthy to debate that point at some point in the future. Now, when the baby is, out on the town probably, because nap time can't be interrupted. It's that age of wah wah. Very fun times. Parenthood. I think I'm more mature than Ron DeSantis. He's keeps blundering into these stupid issues that he doesn't need to blunder into. All you had to fucking do was announce and then not attack the First Amendment, and you would have the tacit support of tens of millions of people. Rather sad. That's about all. Peace out.